Fanboy and a Snob. I'm Chad. That's Chris. And today we watched the
Banshees of Inisherin.
Banshees of Inisherin.
A 1923 film. No, it was 2022. You know, came out this year. It's the first time we've reviewed a movie that came out this year, or it's not even this year, last year. It's the most recent film we've reviewed in a long time. It is.
Yeah.
Name a new movie we reviewed recently, because I can't.
Suicide Squad. We did the James Gunn one.
That was like 2016.
The new one with James Gunn?
Oh, I don't know.
That was 2022.
Anyway, why'd we watch this? Because I wanted to.
Yes, that's the only reason.
No, you wanted to too.
No, I've wanted to watch it, but you kept saying it'll depress me.
Mm-hmm. Did it?
Not so much.
That's
Not
right.
as much as I thought.
But it was still brutal.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So who's in it?
Colin Farrell and the other guy.
Gleason. I don't know how to pronounce it. It's Irish.
Yeah.
What's it about?
Can we restart this whole thing?
Yeah, why are you doing this?
You do it too. You're giving me the dead eyes. All right.
No. We're not restarting it because this entire interview should be the actual friendship me and you have and discussions we have. Because this movie is about real friendship, and one friend decides, you know what, I'm better than him. I'm done, and moves on.
Just tell me what I've done to you.
Well, you didn't do anything to me. I just don't like you no more.
You didn't like me yesterday.
He's dull, Siobhan.
But he's always been done.
The other night, 2 hours you spent talking to me about the things you found in your little donkey shite that day.
Well, it wasn't it. It was me pony shite, which shows how much you were listening.
Anyway, so this movie's set in 1923 during the Irish Civil War, not quite the Irish Rebellion against the English. I'm not 100% up on Irish history, but I really like the aesthetic.
It was more when there was the British influence coming in. The Irish were like, some were like, I like this, and others are like, fuck you, I don't want this.
So like there were Irish that were like, we should join Britain, and then there were Irish who said, fuck off.
But that just plays a nice little piece in the background.
Well,
this tension.
Did you catch when Colin Farrell's character screamed? Or he went, and yet, like a Brit, he called him out for using English language. And then at the end of the movie, the guy who cut his own fingers off to spite another person.
Spoilers.
Oh, come on, it's in the trailer. He cuts his own fingers off to spite another person, realizes like, oh, I fucked up. Can we be friends? And he's like, no. That's basically Ireland and England. Like, no, we'll never be cool. You fucked up way too hard. We'll never be cool.
Surprised we're cool.
Yeah. Well, we're also drunk.
Not me and you, England and the United States.
Oh, we're cool.
That's cool. Wow.
Well, you just learned something about our friendship.
But this movie's about a man who just decides not to want to be friends with his longtime best friend.
You've been friends forever.
What were they saying? Are you guys in a
row?
A row?
Yeah, row is.
I don't think I'm in a row.
No, we're not in a row.
Oh, I think we might be.
I don't think we're in a row. Are we in a row? I mean, like clicks away.
So basically, one of them decides, you're too dull. You're holding me back.
One of them decides that this one is dull. So he's like, I'm done with you.
So that starts the movie with Colin Farrell trying to figure
finding out why his friend doesn't want to talk.
One of the saddest scenes is when he's like, it's April 1st.
Oh, it's a joke. Fool on me.
That was sad.
Yeah.
Then he gets threatened. He's like, if you talk to me one more time, I'm going to chop your fingers off.
And every time after, I'll chop another off.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's serious. But let's talk about the other characters, because I think the other characters stole the show. Dominic.
He was actually really good. I don't like his face, the actor.
But you're not supposed to.
No, but that's what made me not want to like watch anything he was in. Not that he's in a lot.
Now that
He
you've
was no, but he was in
Dunkirk.
he was in something else too.
He's the
I
kid who
don't know.
dies in Dunkirk by hitting his head on like a piece of thing.
Hmm.
And I
But
remember,
damn, he's a really good actor.
dude, he's a phenomenal actor.
Hmm.
He plays the downtrodden whipping post, I guess you could call him. Yeah.
And his character in there was basically like,
Hyper complex for such a simple character.
well, the best thing about them two is like, you think your life is bad? I'm getting raped and beaten by my father, and you guys are just
Dull.
having a tiff.
And but at the same time, he was like, I'd test him, see if he cuts a finger off, see if he's serious. And then when he cuts a finger off, he's like, hey man, just let it go. Just let it go. You know, like he was like he was like the angel on his shoulder in a weird, fucked up way.
Yeah, because he had the sober him.
And the drunk him.
The drunk him, where it was like, I thought I kicked you out for till April. He's like, it is April. Oh,
okay.
Don't you do anything bad.
Yeah. So we know Dominic's a scumbag. What was the name of the sister? I already forgot.
Oh, it's not Claire, is it?
No, it begins with an F.
So his sister, who was actually got robbed of the Golden Globe.
Seriously, she lost to the chick from Black Panther.
Which, to be fair, I heard she did kill it. We haven't watched the movie, so.
But oh god, okay, she killed it.
Yeah.
Compared to fucking, I already forgot how to pronounce it.
Siobhan.
Siobhan. She was awesome.
Yeah, she did really well.
The way she would go from like confusion to like anger to like rationality, and then
she was
wild.
She was acting like how a person would
how
react.
A real person would react.
She wasn't doing the overact.
You were never wild, were you? And she's like, it was the pausing, it was the timing.
Like, why are you asking me this?
It was her timing. She had great, I talk about comedic timing. She had just great timing.
Dramatic timing.
Yeah, she knew how to speak, when to speak, or she knew how when to speak, how to speak, and how to,
And a lot of this you can also put on the director. What was his name? Martin McDonough.
I don't think there was a Mick. I think it was a McDonald. I don't know.
McDonald.
Not McDonald, McDonald.
McDonald.
Okay, anyway.
You gotta have the Mick.
No, that's more of a Scott. Yeah, I'm a drug addict. What do you want? What are you doing? Talk.
I think. What are you doing?
Well, you want to talk about the plot of the film? Because the plot of the film really takes place in 3 different locations. His house, and the pub. Pretty much.
Hey, let's talk about an Oscar-nominated movie.
No, and you know what's great is 2 hours long. Were you hooked the entire time? Do you think this got snubbed? That's basically my review.
Find out with the Oscars. Golden Globes have been known to be the one that kind of jerks off the
POCs, people of color.
No, it's been the Oscars. Golden Globes are the ones that get paid off.
They all get paid off. Drunk, dude. I'm sorry.
Now, let's talk about the acting in this movie.
Blows me away. It was supernatural. Like supernatural, very natural acting. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I don't think there was really a one that stood out. Like, it's a 1920s piece, so you're gonna have everybody going into it. The cop was such a douchebag too.
There was no meme lord character. You know what I mean?
No, it was a natural movie. There was no character trying to be like.
The comedy felt real. Because
it's awkward. It's very straightforward.
But no one was laughing because that's just how that. Like, oh yeah, we've a billion times we've had this conversation. But for us from outsiders, the way that the bartender and the barfly would go back and forth finishing. But it's because they hang out every day, all day. You know what I mean? So of course they're finishing each other's sentences. I thought that was like interesting. but from an outsider's perspective, we're looking at it laughing. And just the way Colin Farrell, he would hear something and he'd like, it goes back to the Amadeus thing, or when Amadeus in Mozart and Amadeus would hear something stupid, he would like pause for a second and just be like, wait, what? You know, like,
except if you're Colin Farrell, people would be saying things to him and he'd be like,
oh yeah, sure, fine, whatever.
not even that, just when he's trying to like, when he's being called a dullard to the whole thing in the movie, the bartender's like, well, yeah,
Dull.
so he's hearing everything. He hears what people are saying. He see the reactions he has. He's like, thousand thoughts going through his head. Like, do I do all this? It's like, is this how my life is?
Like, I've never really thought about myself up until now, and now that you're all telling me I'm bad, I thought I was good. I thought,
yeah, but nobody's calling them bad. They're just like,
but
you're a
dude,
very nice person.
at least evil's interesting. Dull is dull.
Mm,
You know what I mean? There's nothing worse than being called blank.
yeah.
Yeah, this movie is like, if you have social insecurities, this movie will hit all of them.
Yeah.
I cried. This is my second time I've watched it. I cried during the Dominic asking out the sister scene.
Yeah, when we're watching, I'm like, dude, I've had this conversation.
Yeah, you were like talking to me. Notice I was like completely silent. It's because I was trying to fight back the fucking tears, man. Just, oh well, there goes that dream. I was like, no, don't. Like, I'm sorry, your life sucks. You deserve better. You're an interesting fellow. You knew touche.
Yeah, his character is definitely
Tragic.
because he could have had everything going for him. Like,
If he lived
he was
anywhere
a smart
else.
guy, but he was getting
Just a-
fucking raped, beaten by his father.
And the
so
fucking other
what
side
he-
of the island was cool with it. I'd hit him with a kettle too.
yeah,
That
so it's
fucking
like,
cunt.
what else are you gonna do than drink and be obnoxious?
Just be a fucking layabout, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. If you're given shitty opportunities, you turn into a shitty person. It's only like 1 in a billion that excels. It sucks.
Mm. This movie did have a lot of crazy like mental health things. Like,
Messages.
even if you're gonna go with the what's his name,
Colm.
Colm, I feel like he was taking his rut out on Colin
Well, they would
Farrell.
ask him about the despair, which could be dementia, like you were saying. It could be severe depression. It was something that made him mentally justify chopping off his own fingers and then trying to repair the friendship after. Like Alzheimer's, schizophrenia.
I think it was more of a schizophrenia depression thing.
Parkinson's fucks with you like that. Like, remember when he's at the scene and he's like encouraging everyone to sing, and remember the first time we see him playing, everyone's into it, and then the next time we see him singing, he's like spilling blood on people and everyone's like, Jesus Christ.
That's why I feel like the schizophrenia and depression along with obsessive drinking.
No, there's no such thing as obsessive drinking.
Well, what's the other word you could say?
Compulsive drinking? Because there's nothing like that. Alcoholism isn't real.
Well, I think that had a lot to do with it. Like, it's just a slow decline of his mental health, thinking that doing one thing will.
But honestly, Chad, let's say you are truly a creative thinker, but then you get stuck in a rut where you're just hanging out with a dullard doing the same thing every single day. And I'm not saying that as a metaphor for me and you. I'm not. I mean it like imagine if you're Mozart and you get stuck hanging out with a Salieri.
I think that is. I think that's laziness and
hubris.
Creating an
it's
excuse.
hubris.
Yeah, just creating an excuse for yourself, being like, "This is why I can't," and you're the problem, instead of thinking.
Like when he has the big blowout with sister, or when Colin Farrell shows up to the bar to yell at him. They have the big blowout and it gives the whole thing like music lasts centuries. Mozart was born in the 18th century and blah 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 blah. And who remembers a nice person? Which my thought would have been Jesus.
Oh, he said 17th century, and the sister was like, he was in the 18th.
Oh,
century.
excuse me for getting it right. But still, when he goes, "Who remembers a nice man?" I would have went, Jesus. Jesus is remembered for being nice. Buddha. Not Muhammad or Moses.
So the biggest problem with him is everybody feels like they need to. This is probably best movie anybody now should watch because you don't need to have clout. You don't need to have. It's just
Anything, just
it's what you do with your life
just
to
the
make impressions on other people.
And you're bringing up something we talked about during the movie, which is what is the better speech? The "I like me" speech from Planes, Trains, or the my mom was nice, my dad was nice, I'm nice. Like, but who will remember in 50 years? And he's like, who cares? Like
It's such a silly thing
it's
thinking that
the two mentalities.
narcissism's a huge thing nowadays. Like everybody's just so obsessed
Blame
with
TikTok. Blame social media.
I do blame TikTok for a lot of that, and that's what China's winning. But
Hundo person.
it's just nobody realizes any single small action you do in your day could make like have an impact
Do
on
not
anybody.
bring up a supermarket. Please.
No, I'm not.
Just for once, do not bring up this.
I wasn't going to bring up a supermarket.
I felt like you were.
No, I was actually going to bring up what's that movie we watched with
Braveheart.
The car where the guy gets beeped at, and I can't remember this.
Oh, Unhinged.
Unhinged. It's like Unhinged.
Russell Crowe. Yeah.
One single little action could make somebody snap.
Well, Russell Crowe
If he had
snapped before that, but still.
Yeah, but if he had somebody just be nice to him before that, any of that stuff happened.
Really, what the message of the movie is like, just, I mean, you don't have to be nice, but just, I don't know, because he was still polite to him. But how about this?
No, he would be rude to.
Oh, again, second time watching the movie. A lot of characters say Colm's character was self-centered. And because Colin Farrell's character was so stupid, he never saw, perhaps you were never nice. You know what I mean? Like,
well, it's like
that's why they made a non-pair. Here's the I'm an elitist, I'm an intellectual, I'm an asshole, and then the nice happy guy. Why were they friends? You know? But I already cut a finger off. I'm never doing that again. That sucked.
I'd probably punch you in the face if you cut your finger off.
Dude, I don't have feeling like on this side of my I'm never doing that again.
This is a
heavy movie, but it was good. It makes you reevaluate friendship. It's made me come to terms with the fact that like all my old previous friends, I'm like, fuck them. I'm glad I'm gone. You know what I mean? And like, if you're like having a conflict of friendship, which is a real friendship has kind of died recently. You know what I mean? We have friends, but no one has friends. No one has someone they hang out with.
I feel like social media ruined a lot of that because it took away from the whole time thinking about this movie. I'm like, I guarantee you, younger people watching this be like, the sister's going away. Why don't they just call each other and like do all this stuff?
How many people
back then you can't?
How many people do you know that specifically go out of their way to set a day out of the week to hang out?
Me
and you. I can't think of another person that goes every Monday we hang out. You know what I mean?
That's for today. It's Thursday.
Well, yeah, schedules. But the point is, we picked a day this week and went, no, we're hanging out. That's like a dead concept nowadays. It's weird. I can't, like, none of my friends or family I can think of specifically have a day to hang out with their friend.
Well, went downhill with the nuclear family, and this is more of
a dissolution of the dissolvency of the nuclear family.
Yeah, it's definitely more of a thing we should talk about the podcast.
But. Yeah, this is a high concept thought, but that's what this movie is provoking.
Well, the best thing about this movie is you're gonna watch it, you're gonna enjoy it, and then later on you're gonna think. And not a lot of movies nowadays
make you think.
Do that, and that we're not just trying to sound pretentious or anything about this movie.
I mean, Chad, you are the least pretentious person I know. You're wearing a Street Fighter shirt. You are you. I'm pretending, but what's the secret nerd thing? Oh, he's wearing a fucking Roman Empire shirt. Yeah.
Yeah, this movie proves just be yourself. Don't fucking worry about what people think. And when you start thinking too highly of yourself, you do stupid shit like chop your fingers off.
I think
his song will not go down in history. It'll be forgotten
thing. But I think
his head,
it was a midlife crisis for him. And instead of realizing, like, it's like what you were saying, like, we were talking about that kid who wanted to be a really cool druggie. The way to be a really cool druggie is to just not try to be cool. So like which not trying to be cool means just be yourself. And if it doesn't work out, who fucking cares? Back to the review. I should probably pick that up though.
Please. So how do you think of the way the movie was filmed?
Brilliant.
Just think of the lighting.
I thought the lighting was awesome. I thought the costumes were amazing. I thought the colors, I thought the shots, everything. This was a movie.
You know what the best thing about this movie? Natural lighting.
Mostly natural lighting.
Well, it was manipulated natural lighting. Where they had the lighting come from outside and everything, but they
knew how to cast shadow.
Yeah. Which is fucking
because it
way
was
better than creating CGI lighting where they shine stuff up and paint in the shadows and do all that stuff.
One
movie?
Yeah, that has bad lighting.
Black Panther.
Yeah.
I just feel like every time we come up with a bad editing choice, we just think of Black Panther.
Black Panther.
That last fight scene.
You haven't seen the newest Thor. So basically every Disney movie as of late. God, I was rewatching the original Beauty and the Beast. And I was like, oh my God, this is good.
Cartoon?
Yeah, the original Beauty and the Beast. So
not the original live action?
No, cartoon. We're talking Disney.
Disney made the live action.
That's not the original.
I'm saying the original live action.
No, there was a live action made in the 30s.
How's the lighting in there?
Fucking phenomenal.
Black and white?
Yeah.
You can't go
silent. So when you said that's the one
I'm sorry. I fucked up.
I
don't know.
I know. I'm gonna cut a finger off.
I might put that on Instagram. No, but the fucking I know it sounds simple if you don't know how lighting works. Like obviously we haven't figured it out. Like but to be fair, we spent a total of like probably 20 minutes trying to fuck with it, and we're both like, it looks fine.
We've seen enough movies where we kind of get bad light. We understand what bad lighting is. We just haven't figured out good lighting yet.
No, we understand what good and bad lighting is. We just don't know how to do
What's
it.
What's that Tarantino quote? You don't need to go to film school. You need to go to films.
Yeah.
Which I've been watching. For years.
No, but this movie was fucking between the camera work and the fucking sound design and everything.
How many sweaters do you want to buy from this movie?
I like the clothing.
Every single sweater.
That fucking jacket the fucking kid was wearing.
The jacket was rad with this dream is gone. But I like Colin Farrell's red, big collared, like wool sweater.
I like fucking Colm.
COLM.
His fucking jacket, they just kept showing back shots of him walking away and the back would be fluttering and stuff.
And
he looked like a natural villain. It was awesome. This guy, like the director's fucking creative with this character work.
He knows
because he writes, directs.
Yeah, he wrote and directed this one. So.
Yeah. Well, the only movie he didn't. No, there was only one movie he didn't produce. He written, direct every movie he made.
So which movie didn't he produce? So he paid out of pocket for all these movies?
Besides for, I think,
Seven Psychos?
Yeah. I think that was produced by somebody else.
Interesting.
Yeah, this guy is a filmmaker.
Yes. He's a reffin, but with talent.
And I don't like him, but Zack Snyder produces his own shit.
Yeah, but
writes his own shit. Not the caliber of.
This is a Snyder with talent. Give it to him. He's way more talented. He knows how to write it. This was we were laughing and then we were quiet because it got real sad.
Yeah, the way they
in a natural way though.
Because it's real, man.
So this is our pick for best movie of last year, I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I wanted to do
To be fair, it's not a hard.
Well, Top Gun. That's what I mean. Two different vibes.
And you can't even say visually pleasing
because they're both visually pleasing.
Yeah.
But I would give it to Banshee because I like drama more than action.
Yeah, slowly become more because action, like Top Gun action's different, but you watch all the action movies and
Top Gun action was refreshing.
Yeah, you watch all the action, you're like, all right, well, I'm gonna go on my phone while this fucking shitty fight scene happens.
But this movie, Top Gun was like, if you look away for a second, you miss something.
Yeah.
Banshee of Inisherin, if you look away for a second, you miss them. Remember when I thought we missed something and I went, oh fuck, we missed a scene, and I tried to explain it to you, and then 2 seconds later the scene happened. And I'm like, damn, I was a second off.
Well, the cool thing about this movie is like a lot of these movies, like they like to call them slow burns, but I don't even consider this really.
No, this was here's the characters, here's the
The
story.
thing I hate about new movies is it's a character piece.
This
Hence,
was
it's
a
slow burn.
but this
No,
was a
you're-
character piece.
Movies.
Are you gonna bitch about Pale Blue Eye? I still haven't seen it yet, so get your
I
5 words about that movie. Go, 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 go. Don't think, say. They don't
takes too long for
have me.
things to happen.
No, well, it takes too long.
I'm
me.
gonna rewatch it without.
Alright.
That's a movie I need to watch by
But
myself.
anyway,
or with
Banshee
you.
of Inisherin. Amazing.
Yeah, I give this a 10 out of 10.
Should have won. Should have won Best Picture.
Fuck the Golden Globes, dude.
Yeah, for real.
Oh yeah, fucking. If you like movies, watch this. If you want fucking dumb shoot 'em ups, this isn't for you.
What's your favorite line?
The Beethoven one. Well, I haven't heard of Beethoven, so there goes that
No,
theory.
Mozart. Well,
Mozart.
everybody's heard of Mozart. Well, I've never heard of Mozart, so there goes that theory. Just again, it's a Colin Farrell line for me too, where he goes, "You spent 3 hours talking about your donkey's shite," and he goes, "Well, if you were listening, you'd know it was me, pony."
Yeah. Yeah, this movie was refreshing. I think that's the best thing you could say about a new movie now.
Man, so sounds like Chris has really good taste.
I fucking downloaded this movie a while ago for us to watch it.
But it was free on HBO because I was paying for it. So I was like, why would you fucking
I'm paying for it too. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I didn't know it was on HBO. You get my money anyway.
All right, anyway.
Sending it on. You're getting my money anyway.
No, she's done with
Well, I'm Chad. That's Chris. I give this 5 stars.
bye. Maybe having like 5-9% beers before filming was a bad idea. I'm ripped.
Yeah.
How you doing?
Good.
Good. All right.